Sejuani draft, though.
Yeah.
It does feel like they just go through and go like, all right, let's front to back it. Usually Cassante kind of saved or a better front line. Zig's gone from Pays. Yeah.
Zig's gone. So that signals some kind of like, you know, grub team composition, but Camille is I don't think that isn't going to be playable. You also pick immobile carries when you ban Ziggs because the bomb is so good into it. So that's gone. Maybe that's just the best bot laner available now. Interesting enough. Ezreal's gone too. So many carries are benched. Now, is Kalista going to be banned? There it is.
All right. So, does that just take Sejuani off the table then, if there's like no Kalista? I mean, it's a big part of the comp, no?
It's blindable at this point. Leona. Okay,
Leona.
So this is the trend that I need to get on board with more.
Yep.
Is that when Rel is out, Leona's the best, the premier engage support.
Yep.
And then Braum is out, like, so you can't pick Braum into Leona. And there aren't really that many options, so Leona's just fantastic. It's just the best pick.
You could get like a Jinx Thresh comp in bot. I mean, that has been something we've seen.
Yeah, that rises up a little bit.
Yeah.
Nautilus, oh, speak of the devil.
I'm so good at the game now. All I do is cast League of Legends like every day.
You
so
just absorb.
I'm just like,
Yeah,
bro,
has it helped your casting?
It has a lot, actually.
Yeah. Oh my god.
I mean, I feel like talking with you over the years has helped. Over the year.
The years? I've known you for sub 1 year.
The year has helped.
Rakan can't be picked. They've already picked that. So what are they going to match it with? Probably like support or... no, Rel is also another pick. Support or jungle. Nautilus is probably a premier pick here. I'd say, unless they want to go down the Enchanter route. But banding Enchanters is a no-no. So yeah, there's the Nautilus. And then what do you round it out with? You could pick...
you could still go Sedge here, right?
You could do. You could pick mid, top, and then pinch the roll. You could go Sedge.
Oh, Nocturne Orianna comps.
Ah, there's always one I forget.
Yeah.
It's like a flow
To be fair, though, it's so specific to teams, and OMG are going to pick it up.
Yeah, there it goes. And now what can you pick to survive? I mean, it's already difficult with the immobile carry that is Jinx to deal with it. So if you pick an immobile mage in the mid lane, you're going to also struggle. I'm trying to think of carries that also survive. It looks like the Ahri with the mobility can survive Nocturne Ori, so that's what they banned it.
Ah, right, okay.
Right, so something else with mobility in the mid lane. Ambessa Flex. Interesting. Now it's probably going to go top lane, and they can pitch away top lane.
Such a banger. Like, this pick band music is
like
so good. It's the best pick band music in the world. Like, this, they only bring it out like game 3, game 4. And it sounds like Matrix music.
So now, because of the Ambessa Flex, you should probably start to ban mid laners if you're OMG. You're going to ban top laners if you're JDG. And you can also ban junglers if you're OMG, so just going to bit back and forth.
What's options in the Nocturne?
Wukong is still open.
Is Sedge in Nocturne alright?
Is Sedge into Nocturne alright? Yeah,
Because you got Sedge, Nautilus, and Bessa.
Yeah. So Sedge and Bessa is going to be a duo that they look for, for sure. Yone, so they're banning out mid laners. They don't think Ambessa is mid.
Yeah.
The matchup sounds pretty brutal, to be honest. So Yone is pretty good into control mages, so they ban it away. You're waving at people in the
chat. I wave
at
chat, instead of talking.
Yeah, I mean, Jhin banned away. I mean, 80 carries, there's really not much. What do you pick to go in? Kai'Sa? You know, Kai'Sa, there it is.
Okay.
So Kai'Sa's gone because you have the dive of Nocturne Orianna.
And as you've told me, Samira's trash. So
yeah, Samira's not pickable.
It's just in the back of my retina, you know. So, no Jinx.
Yeah. It's difficult. Would you ban mid? Do you pinch mid here, or do you pinch junglers? I mean, you could do...
80 carry pool is scuffed. Like, it's literally gone.
Kindred. Oh, Shun Classic.
Yeah, it is a Shun Classic, but... I mean, Lilia is still available.
Yeah.
As another option as well. I don't know how it goes into Nocturne. I mean, kind of bad into Nocturne, right?
Yeah, it sounds like you just get engaged on by the Nocturne Ori ball.
But then if you go Sedge here, your AP damage is trash, but maybe...
Zenzawa's already been picked, it can't be that. I think Sedge is probably the best, and then you pick a mage, and then you just do a standard front to back. You do Wukong, we mentioned that before. And then also you need an AP source, right? So, typical answers to Ori are stuff like the Akali. Has that been banned out or picked? No.
No, it's
I wonder if we do that, and then you have Akali Wukong duo for the dive.
True.
That could be a shout, we'll see. But then there's a preemptive anti-dive from the Xayah, maybe. The only problem with the Xayah pick here is that it doesn't follow up on the dive of the Nocturne Orianna, and also it gets outranged by Jinx. So I wonder if they're actually going to go for this. The range might be a little bit painful, but it looks like they're going to lock it.
What do you have for top? Like
the top lane, Gangplank. I'm of the opinion that the only counter in Ambessa is Renekton, and Poppy's kind of soft fake. Rumble's pretty good.
I mean, Gangplank did well into melees.
I guess you pick a tank, but then you're letting Ambessa free scale. But maybe this Maokai pick is saying, you know, we want to swap, and then you dive the Ambessa kind of thing. Mid lane now. What do they pick mid lane?
I mean, this could also be top.
Mid?
Yeah.
Or is it a Galio? This is what I want to see. I never think of Galio in the LPL anymore because we never see it. Yep. But this will be the first Galio I've seen in a long time.
Scout does play Diana. It's this tricky little side pick.
Yeah.
When I think of Scout, I think of great laning. And I think of like reliable team fights. And you know, Galio is probably gonna get that.
This is the first Galio I've seen in the LPL in like a week and a half.
Ads are coming. Everyone can sub if they want to avoid ads. You know the rules. We run them so you don't get them in game, and we're going to push them out so that there's nothing that interrupts your casting experience. Thank you for being here. Thank you for being with the LPL Revival. Tell your friends, tell your mum and your dad, tell your dog, bring them on. We need the viewers. All right, now, let's pop in. Boom, boom, boom. Good comps.
You left it on the wrong one, though.
No, this is fine.
Okay.
I know what I'm doing. Production, I know what I'm doing. I'm a reliable. Stop apatuing with your ahas. The other, you went, That's what you did before. You literally, in aperture. Yeah. You keep doing it.
No, there's that song that goes like, that's the way I like it, you know?
Yeah, but I know that's not what it is. You're such a degenerate.
True.
Hull breaker Jinx incoming.
Yeah. I think we're going to see lane swaps. You could die Maokai a whole lot easier than Ambessa.
Yep.
Sorry, harder than Ambessa.
Yeah.
I think they missed their fist bump there.
Yeah, they always do.
I feel like he slipped his hand up at the fist bump.
I mean,
Let's not go on that.
It's hard to fist bump these days, you know? Yeah, people just...
True.
I don't know why. I don't know why.
Last time we saw a complete miss, by the way.
Yeah, we did.
Classic.
All right, let's roll in. Can JDG take us to match point? OMG. It was a good game one, like it really was. Their macro was diff. Their early game, late game was diff. Last game, JDG played a very fast-paced composition.
Yeah.
And that's why they won.
Yeah. And this time around, very, very activated on level 6s with the Wukong 6 and Ambessa 6 over the top. And you have a lot of prio in the mid lane. So, Shun has a lot more to work with than game one. I do like their composition because you can always die with a Jinx ult over the top. On the other side, you have the classic Nocturne Orianna combo. And I'm just looking at the targets they have for the Nocturne Orianna combo, and it really is only the Jinx.
True.
The rest have a bunch of mobility or are too tanky because you're not going to Nocturne Orianna combo Wukong clone or a Galio.
Yeah, Shun goes for the all-in
I can't see
classic
the
LPL style. Move the banner! No time for Gyos either. In the end, it is Heng who actually flashes, so JDG get a summoner advantage.
Yeah, a summoner advantage not going to amount to too much, I'd imagine. You have prio with the Galio to maybe invade the Nocturne, but usually these champions, Wukong and the Nocturne, like to farm up to level 6 and get their ultimates.
Yep.
Still, with the prio, maybe there's an angle of attack. I wouldn't be surprised to see nothing happen with the summoner.
Phase Rush Galio, I mean, I feel like that's pretty standard these days anyway. You know, we're kind of gone from Aftershock Galio, aren't we?
I think we see a little bit of a top lane, a tiny bit. Ward here, spot the invade. They're going to look for Wraith invade, but you can see Nocturne Jinx already on the way. They have an insanely strong level 1.
True.
Oh, they swept, so they know they're on vision now. I wonder if this is a full 4v4.
Well, they just back off. I mean, after seeing the ward as well, still going to be a lane swap with 80 carries going top, and Paige is going to help with the leash.
So they see the lane swap was there, and now watch, the TP has to come through. So I was going to say, Ale was going to miss XP if he did not run back. I think he might still. Is he going to miss anything? Yeah, a couple minions actually died. So down XP because of the shadowing, just in case there wasn't going to be a lane swap. Ale was already top. First buffer comes through on the stun.
Sunlight is kind of busted though, like... Remember Leona passive, it applies sunlight.
I did not know what you were talking about. I thought because the window was open.
No. Yo, Leona at level 3, best support in the game, just saying. Like, what does W add? 15 of armor MR at level 1, I think? Her W, Leona W.
Yeah. I think
oh my god! Moham just traveled to the ends of the earth!
Oh, wait.
He tried to put the ring in Mount Doom.
Did he kidnap him? So I think Leona W adds flat damage reduction, no? I thought that was the mechanic. Or is that from TFT? I might be confusing because they have the same...
Either way.
I might be confusing them.
I mean, missing, it's a shame he got that kill. I think it was with the Ignite, but...
Yeah. Was that a kidnap? I didn't quite see.
Moham got kidnapped.
So under tower, nice little play, a good bait, and they were level 1. I mean, let's take a look. So Hook misses, and Moham's like, I'm gonna go in! Gets level 2, wants to use level 2, and pays.
Oh my god.
And he ulted from Nautilus. Yo, Moham, no! Kick W from Nautilus there.
I'm debut this split.
So I want to talk about something.
Yep.
As Scout, he should be fine. But Ambessa v Maokai.
Oh, he's not.
He's fine.
Oh, yeah, close. Yeah, what?
Ambessa v Maokai. I see a lot of people talking about how Maokai's really good into Ambessa because every time Ambessa casts spells, it reduces the cooldown of Maokai passive. But that's just not a mechanic. That's like old Maokai from Season 4. They got rid of that so long ago. I'm just sitting there confused and scratching my head why people say this, but I keep seeing it being said.
No, I'm pretty sure spells...
No, now it's Maokai spells reduce the cooldown of his passive.
Oh, it's not old.
No!
That was a year ago. A year or two ago, it was definitely spells around him.
But I was reading, and I was saying, what are people talking about? It doesn't make any sense. Because it makes sense in theory, but that's just not his passive.
Yep.
Anyway.
Okay, so that was old.
Yeah,
like,
yeah.
It's not Season 3.
Yeah. Like, open up the wiki page. It's
it's not as old as you say it is, but
yeah,
I didn't know it changed actually.
Yeah, a little bit different now. But yeah, I mean, it's an early game. It's a quiet early game. It's an early game.
It's an early,
It is.
It is an early game.
It is an early game, and I feel like, is there an avenue of attack onto Moham maybe? Wave's pretty neutral, but I think, like I said...
He's level 3.
Like I said, you're prior in the mid lane to work with the Galio, and set up there, if Linfeng ever pops Flash, but that's probably not going to happen. And you have 2 junglers without much gank potential early.
I'm pretty sure Leona gets 15 armor MR level 1 of W. Or it might be 7 or 8 or something. It might be overstating how much she gets, but that's the power of it.
Yeah.
She, like, her W makes her like straight tank straight away. It's crazy. That's why I think the W of Leona is the most broken part.
Yeah, I mean, of course, it's really broken ability. She takes no damage for being a support, you know?
Yeah.
It makes her face checking really, really insane though. Yeah, broken champion, especially when Rezlau, best support in the game.
True. Outside of Rel, yeah. I mean, this was first ban by OMG last game as well, who've just been playing blue side all 3 games so far.
Oh yeah. Yeah, no, I mean, OMG definitely had advantage to draft every single time. This matchup is so sleeper, dude. Camera on top laners because it's the most interesting, but it's so sleeper. What's going to happen is Ale is going to free scale side level 9, get eclipsed, and then he's going to start winning the trades. Aftershock. Well, W for Aftershock. Not too much. I mean, there's a freeze here for Pays. At the very least, it's going to be a massive slow push. You can see Nocturne already bolting his way up the top side. Maybe try to crash it.
How exciting is this? Ult for Hery available. Arla's close to getting his.
Down XP Arla, remember, because level 1 he missed 2 minions.
Yep.
So he had to TP in. And,
but he gets this wave, then he has ult, he has kill range, no?
Potentially. I mean, the problem with Maokai is he always just presses Q and then you get knocked back.
Yeah.
And then you can just run away. So
good thing ult is unstoppable, no?
True, but you just hold Q afterwards, and then you just try and run.
Right.
It's hard. You'd rather hold your ulti to layer on CC with Ambessa.
He's roaming as well. He's just walking up to grubs.
I like that. You see what he did? Maokai walks up, throws a sapling in the bush.
Yep.
To track Ambessa if Ambessa runs up to grubs. It's quite nice.
Okay.
But let me chunked out here. The Q damage is really stacking up.
2 grubs. That leash range. Look how big it is.
Yeah.
Grubs almost made it to blue buff.
Yeah, both comps very slow. Gonna play the Nai one, right? There's no reason to give all 3 over when both comps are not online yet. My feet are getting cold because you're up in the window. Do I have permission to go close?
You can go close the window.
Are you not gonna get overheat?
No, because I climbed up your 6-story stairs, alright? And all you did... Well, he didn't do anything. I was going to say all he did was open the door. I gotta apologize, chat. My brain's a little bit fried today. I was going to say... All you did was make the room stuffy for me. Because 6 stories, right? I went up 6 flights of stairs and it was hot as anything when I came in.
You should have seen him. He was all sweaty. It was dripping.
Oh, I was sweaty.
Horrible.
Now, Eragon covers for 40 seconds. He's going to walk through the early game.
Look at
Exact the right amount of time to go to the bathroom.
Oh, you're going to the bathroom? Oh my goodness. What is Hysterics doing today, guys? Hysterics is going to walk over, and I am going to watch Missing walk over to the grubs and try and secure vision, except for no. He's going to hold mid lane and escort Scout here. It's a 2v2 in the mid lane. I'm trying to adjust to the game because I just sat down. Scout going to farm with Qs and a little bit of action in mid lane. I mean, the thing is, right, he wants to be able to CS, so he needs Missing's help. Top lane going to be a stalemate. Looking at the state of summoners, really isn't that much to play for because everyone has summoners up and available. So if you engage with someone, at best is a summoner pop. But full control of topside. Moham has first move. Oh, here comes the Nocturne Ori ball combination. It doesn't get flashed away. I think there is the timing there to potentially go for it. Cyclone comes through, but they don't have the damage. This is a really good play from OMG. They managed to find it, and these global abilities, they have to work the first time around. So, fortunately managing to pull it off for OMG, and they force the summoner out of missing. That looks like a regank on my screen. The next Nocturne composition, or next Nocturne gank rather, with the Orianna Ball, is going to kill missing for sure. So, potentially a contest here on the Dragon on next Grubs. Hey, run down with the feathers. Lethal Temper stacked up under the pullback. He flashes away preemptively rather than reactively. Massive play for Starry, and that's the star player, Starry. We've been hyping him up a lot, and he does look like he has a lot of potential. I mean, last year, I'll say it and say it over and over again, Starry looks like the player with the most potential in the LPL in terms of AD carry, outside of some players like 1xN. He's on the list, you know, on the short list for being the next big star. As Hysterics walks back into the room after having a pee. Should I play-by-play you? No, take a look at this. The replay. The ult comes
What happened?
And they manage it. So this is all comes from the prior mid lane. Galio can't ulti the Nocturne Orianna Ball delivery. And the Cyclone does no damage.
I feel like Orianna Shockwave, when it's attached to Nocturne and you press R, I feel like it has an extra 0.5 seconds.
You know, yeah, I know what you mean.
I like it feels unfairly longer.
Do you think it should be removed?
What?
The Nocturne Ori Ball confirmed.
How do you get rid of it?
I mean, you just make it so like the Orianna Ball can't explode as far as it normally should be able to, you know? Because for some reason the range doesn't use it.
Is it actually?
Yeah. You can ulti Orianna at any range with a Nocturne ulti, which is like the broken part of it.
Yeah,
and it's almost always confirmed. You can flash it, but it's really difficult.
But it's such a good mechanic in terms of like, you know, for the game state. Oh, nice Hery.
God, I love top lane.
So fun. Hey guys, if you're sitting at home wondering how much more exciting can top lane get, just buckle up.
Buckaroo.
We're about to get into it.
A question.
What?
When you first started casting, what was the top lane meta? I don't know how old you are in terms of casting.
2015.
And what was the meta? Was it back in the days of Shyvana, Renekton, Mundo? Malcolm?
Maybe.
Were you casting then?
I was casting 2015, but you gotta remember it's Challenger Series OCE.
Okay.
So it's like, you know, like OCE Challenger is like.
Wait, was League your first game of casting?
Yep. I did it with Rusty.
Rusty?
Yeah.
I remember him.
Yeah. He did Worlds for a bit.
Yeah, okay,
He was around for ages.
Oh my goodness.
Yeah, no, I casted him for quite a bit. And back when OPL was being done by Patient Time, Atlas, Papa Smithy. Who am I missing? Atlas, Papa, Pastry, and
Orcs. He's very Australian.
Orcs is not Australian. Orcs on the LCK he's English. He's from Newcastle.
He's a bruv.
Yeah.
You know he's from Newcastle.
Newcastle.
Oh my god.
The big place. Yeah, we got a Newcastle in Australia as well. All right, well, Nocturne combo is up and available, so buckle up because, again, like I said, it's going to get real exciting.
No flash missing.
Dredge line, start to stop. They get the combo back line, and look, they're just on top of Paze. He can't play the game. Nicely done. OMG can turn the rest of the fight with Nature's Grass lining up the river as well. Scout Shun instant flushes away. Justice Punch, but he's got a twisted advance on his head, and he'll be smashed to pieces. Scout's tanky enough, but can he get out? Yes, he can with the ulti, but Shun's another question. He's also been targeted with a lot of CC following through. But OMG, although they aren't able to clean up the rest, they still win the fight. They kill Paze, and they get 4 grubs in the end in front of getting the Herald.
They absolutely abandon Paze, and this is the problem with this composition. I feel like they need to play more with this Galio as disengaged for the Nocturne Orianna Ball composition.
Wait, close call.
Is he gone?
Starry has ult. No, he doesn't.
Oh,
Never mind.
The lethal tempo proc at the end.
He just ran him. Yeah, the musical note. I was wrong about Herald before, by the way, but the grub's going down, and that kill on top now as well. 2k gold lead for OMG in the early game. It's happening again.
Wait, Starry is so good, actually. I love watching Starry play. Yeah, me too. Man, I love
you told yourself.
Yeah, I did. I was convinced. I was convinced. But look, watch. The whole rest of the team of JDG is looking for flanks and dive, and poor Paze.
Yeah.
And poor Paze is left on his lonesome. I think they have to play with the Galio as disengage on the Nocturne Orianna. But instead what they're trying to do is dive and leave the Jinx alone and pray she gets a reset to be it for herself. I feel bad for Paze. I think it's not ideal that the way JDG are playing.
Yeah, Malcut top, I will say though, like I think we need to see this pick more and more. To go through Fearless, it's just such a good option when nothing else is available.
I think the ulti there should have been blocked by one of them personally.
How does he kill him? He just runs him down.
Wait, what do you mean? Oh, yeah, he
he
just down with
walks
lethal
in.
tempo. I mean, he kites out the W, which is super nice, and then leads him down. The last tick.
Oh, wow. Okay.
I do like that.
By the way, in live, Arla, speaking of running down, was just running down Linfeng. That was down bot. Shockwave was used. Arla's ult was used as well. So, for what that's worth, with the Dragon coming up, those ultis might not be up and available.
Might not be. I mean, now, Pace still has some. He knew he was dead in that last fight. So he still has Cleanse Flash, so he should be the recipient of a Oriana full competition attack. But Dragon spawning up again, I feel at this stage, OMG already an item across most of these champions. They have full control of the map. They have 4 grubs to 2. They can play hit towers if they want to send multiple numbers to the top lane tower, or they can play for this Dragon with the Nocturne ulti. If I'm them right now, if I'm OMG, I'm pushing out mid and taking full control of bot side. Control this Dragon and take away the second one.
Beat the strength of JDG. Close to getting gathered. Oh, I will say again, when you meet 3 grubs, it just throws me off when I see like 4 and 2, and I'm like, I've got to count that apart, you know. OMG have 1 feat of strength because they got 3. Wait. My thought is, if you get 2 from each set, that's not a feat of strength.
No, it's not.
So I'm pretty sure it was 2 from each set.
Unless they got 2 and 1 and then the last 3 went to OMG.
Yeah, I mean, sure. OMG won the fight, so the last 3 I think could go to them. Yeah. Regardless, they'll get this. Because right now, even though there's vision control on Starry, JDG just want priority. Top, mid, rocket, steal. Nah! Runs on the Starry in the end anyway.
Not quite. And yeah, so what are the plus sides for JDG? That team fight was lost, but they have ways of doing stuff like catching Maokai. I think like Wukong clone can be great at that. They have ways of team fighting. They have the scaling and Besset to fall back on. Yep. Same with Jinx and resets. There are plays to be made, and they have great disengage from Neo at the ball. Moham should be fine. Missing.
He's definitely fine.
Yeah, he's tanking his hell by his turret.
If camera looks at him, I want you to watch his resistances when he gets W.
Oh yeah?
Because it's looking at Naught right now. Oh, man. Deep water is so annoying.
Isn't it mental that OMG are winning again?
Yeah.
Why are OMG beating this JDG monster?
Are this team good, or are JDG just, like, what do you think? You know
I'm not going to lie, JDG are looking fraudulent. Yeah.
A little bit.
A little bit. I mean, Arle, you know, once he comes online. The problem is Arle's going to be laning into a side lane threat of Nocturne, so he can't play side. And he's going to have to team fight.
All pick on ward. Pays again. That back, it's cancelled eventually, but Shun's mega late. Cyclone helps out, but Pays now up against the wall, trying to threaten that he's going to flash, but he did, and failed it, by the way. Or rather, I think he just used it to get nearer towards that pit. I mean, I'm a little bit blind today, but like, Pays used everything and he still died.
Yeah, he has used both summoners, still managed to fall, and I wonder where he did flash, because I feel like I looked away at the same exact second you did.
Yeah, I was like, oh, there's Shun coming in, but yo, OMG. Even Heng today is having a good day. Like,
yeah.
I don't know. There's a lot of talent in this roster. First turret's about to be taken.
Is there a lot of talent? Like a Linfeng sure, Starry sure?
No, a lot of uprising, like rising talent.
Hery is alright.
TP being bird for this, so I mean maybe just to defend. Scout teleporting in the end. Nothing's up on the map, so it's not going to hurt him that much. But they wanted Herald.
Yeah, it's Rift Herald now though. I mean, this competition's so reliant on the Nocturne ulti, and it's not up. Despite having the experimental Hexblade, so yes, he's going to be there. Arle does have TP if he wants to go. He has a nice TP ward at the entrance of Move Up as well. If he wants to look for a deep flank. Again, they got to find a way of locking down Starry. Starry's in the mid lane.
They don't care. They're just going to lock down Pays instead. He gets Galio ulti, but he's dead before the Galio comes in. Scout's helping out. Justice Punch has already burned some summoners with Starry. He's just going to sacrifice his life. He is the shutdown given over to Shun in the end, but the rest of OMG are picking apart the pieces. Heng hasn't even turned the lights out yet with the Oriana Shockwave, and OMG are up.
Pays just can't survive this game. This poor Jinx in mobile carries versus Nocturne Oriana Ball. It's really hard. He didn't even use the combo there. It was strictly just a walk up with Starry, as well as the Maokai ulti, and just runs him down because of the lack of sums. So Pays really struggling. Really struggling.
Really is.
I mean, take a look at this again. It's like the Maokai ult comes from Fog of War, so where's the reaction? He's trying to clear out mid. Maybe he just has to wait. Right? I mean, of course he does. He just has to wait for his team to be around to block the Maokai ulti, potentially from the flank. Arle TP's in, but of course that's late. It's much slower than walking up. And he's here for some reason. Why is my guy here? I don't know. Arle is very late and on his own.
So much gold given over to OMG again. Herald went over to Heng too. So 3.5k gold lead. Dragon there. They got first turret, so the feats of strength one step closer. all they need to do is pick up one more objective, and it does feel like the game's going to be in their hands again.
Yeah, it's a really good point. I saw someone in the chat. No Nocturnal, maybe I can walk up, says Pays. Nope, there's a Malphite, and the dive is still there. It's really brutal. He has so many threats. I mean, and on the flip side, Starry, he actually has self-peel.
True.
He's versus Ambessa, where he can react with his R if Ambessa ever tries to dive. The same with the Wukong. I think it's a big deal.
I mean, their draft was, I'm not going to say innovative because they're not the first ones to really build around Nocturne Ori, but like they had a lot of options and answers into what JDG built for this third game.
Yeah. I think it was nicely crafted. But the Jinx pick was so early rotated.
Yeah.
Jinx, Nautilus, it just felt like draft the best possible bot lane available after all the bans from Fearless. But again, no self-heal tools from a Thresh, like you highlighted, or a Tahm-Kench, something like this, and it just allows for the Nocturne. Maybe the Nocturne an oversight in draft, because we both forgot about it.
Yeah, we did. We'll focus on like Sejuani, you'll focus on Wukong as well. Like,
but there is dive, Wukong, Nocturne are options that are very familiar alongside the dive.
Oh yeah.
And now, Root Heralding mid, not gonna break the tower. Can JDG defend?
And
Doesn't look like it.
not at all. 2 turrets to 0. 4K. That's the lead, and I'm looking at bot and mid as well. 1K lead for Starry. Linfeng is so far ahead, as you kind of naturally expect, but he's been benefiting off a lot of these all-ins that's been coming from the jungle side. The only reason that Shun's not more further behind is because he's been able to keep up in CS. But I don't know how much longer this will take as Dragon starts, and this will be feeder strength. I think maybe for both sides.
JDG, they have to give this up. They have no Galio in position. Their 2-item Nocturne is going to be so difficult.
They're turning for the fight. They're not giving it up. They set the all in with a Cyclone. Linfeng has to get out, but his Shockwave is a 3-man. That's nasty. A public execution to get on top of the backline. So Arla's at least trying to carry, and he might have done so. The Ambessa has made it a 3 for 3, while Pays is still alive looking for a reset. Justice Punch, Shield of Duran, all the stuns are slow with the zap. Pays can't get another clean up, but dude, Arla just single-handedly carried that fight.
Arla landing onto Linfeng right at the back there, managing to pick him off and finish him off there. The 2 items don't matter. Item advantage to OMG, but JDG...
turret.
Good
damage, good damage, good damage. And Pays, if he had more mana, I'd be saying he can follow this up with his front line, but JDG backing away. They just wanted to open up mid as best they could.
Yeah, they try their best. I mean, they can still free hit. Maokai is going to be able to wave because Pays, with no mana, actually going to drop a reset. But that's best case scenario for JDG. I thought they couldn't do this. That's a Sterax experimental Hexblade. Missing goes in to tank a bunch of different spells. Starry managed to ult away 2 ultis, and this is fantastic, but here comes Arlen. Does he flash R, or does he just land the max range R? He lands it onto Zayas, uses the gap close to upgrade to go onto Orianna, and is fighting the choke. I think Starry there has flash available. That's rough. Doesn't manage to flash the hook. Gets
I mean, to give Scout credit, I think Scout did a bit of work in that fight as well. But, you know, obviously the flashy plays Arla, makes backline and makes Linfeng's life hell. So as they give away a little bit of gold, JDG playing catch-up here, but they, in the end, didn't actually get the Dragon. Dragon's still sitting there. OMG have just gone beeline towards Eragon top.
I mean, their ulti's available again. They can turn off of this. Now, this is different to the last Eragon last game, because they're all getting magic resist shredded and armor shredded. But they might just be able to burn it down, as Zaya has so much DPS.
Okay, Nocturne turns the lights out, but Shun's already in the middle, and he's dead in an instant. Arla jumps in as well, but it's a smite versus nothing. Scout with a good shield around. Arla this time getting poked though, but they're all going into their GAs. While JDG are winning this fight, it is going to be a second life, a second win for OMG. They only take down one in Shun earlier on, but Hery will just drop in the end. So Eragon and 400 gold given over.
400 gold, that's again best case scenario for JDG, but you see the strength of Eragon, they're going to come on the map immediately and start up Dragon because they're going to be so far ahead of tempo that they can start it up whilst JDG still need to reset and then come back. So this was the problem. They're all shredded by Eragon, and he ults Wukong clone, Nocturne does.
Yep.
So they don't manage to connect with any kind of combo. I mean, Ale has scaled along best here. This is the problem with the Maokai answer, is it's not bullying. I didn't see this full match before.
It was good.
Mental amount of AoE.
I mean, he just ults on top of himself as well. Everyone's already dead, but it's just the creme de la creme.
Yeah.
So, OMG, you said get on the map first. They did pick up Feast of Strength in live, by the way. Well, I mean, they also got Eragon, so that on top of everything else.
So, instead of going for Dragon, they opted to actually go for bot lane tower with the tempo advantage they had from the Atacon revive, as well as not quite defend top lane tower, but defend the tier 2 cross map potentially. I'd still say though, that's like as far as Atacons go, that was pretty underwhelming.
Yeah, you're right, but as you said, it gives them another chance. I mean, I am surprised, like, further to the point, the turret, the dragon's just still not considered. Third dragon's going to be mega late at this point, and OMG just keep positioning using this Fog of War, waiting for JDG to walk in and get a pick.
Yeah, I mean, the Scout kind of fishing there in that bush. Not going to find anything. It's full 5-man. I mean, they can't walk up and hit. What they can do is Hery can ulti on this Maokai and try to buy time for Moham and everyone else to.
And Allah's not here, by the way. He's top. He was sitting around blue. He got the blue buff. And
they just know.
Just sieging.
They know they can wave clear this with the Galio and so on. Ping's coming down into a flank ward down in bot side. But the problem is, if Arle TPs into that flank ward down in bot in the outclip, they're going to see him fly over, so they're not going to go for it.
This dragon does too quick anyway. By the time JDG are out, it feels like OMG are going to get this and run away with the robbery. Yeah. It's still their game. It still should be their game, right? Like, I mean, I feel like there's been so many good moments of OMG, but, you know, it's crazy. Like, I can't remember who I talked to where we talked about Ambessa.
Yep.
The conversation was always like, oh, Ambessa's like, you know, mid-game, like, doesn't really scale. And I'm not blaming anyone, but you've been saying, like,
I think Ambessa
scales really well.
Yeah, I think Ambessa scales into specific compositions with setup. When she has setup, so we've seen a lot of it in the LEC, for example, by Ambessa duos.
Yep.
Where you Ambessa overseas and you dive a single target, right? And that's why I like the Xayah into this, because if Wukong engages, they're locked in place, secures Ambessa, and the dive is really nice. So into the mid to late, maybe sure on 6 items, but I feel like scaling never refers to that, because no one ever gets 6 items, you know?
True.
Like, that's just not how the game works.
Ooh, waiting for red buff, waiting for a spawn. Nah, Pays just wants it. It's going to reset. JDG just not taking it anymore.
Okay.
We just, alrighty.
Well, that delay shouldn't do anything.
No, not really. It's just time, I guess. And
a little bit of time, and now they drop top lane wave for it, maybe mid lane prio as well.
That's 5 seconds in their life they're never going to get back.
And
ever.
Because of that, they miss mid lane prio. So
they do.
I mean,
it does kind of hurt.
It does hurt.
And Moham's able to come up here because, like, the juggling of mid-wave.
Yeah, and now OMG, they get full vision around topside on Nash spawn. That could be a bit dicey. How much DPS do OMG have with this Nash? It's a significant amount with Xayah. So they're going to keep playing with bot lane prio into mid lane push. And what now Hery can do on this Maokai is actually just keep proxying and catching waves really deep and then actually walking over them. That's what we see the top laners right now. Actually, they're done. But yeah, Hery going to be a first on the bot lane wave. And now because he's bot lane, JDG get full mover into the river to maintain control around the Nash. So I want to see Hery actually catch the next wave really, really deep rather than move immediately. Ooh, but he's not going to. He's going to walk up with one wave rather than proxying.
Okay. Well, Scout at least has to match it and probably TP in anyway.
Yeah.
That Baron is completely empty of vision for JDG.
Yeah. So what they're trying to do continuously is have the Maokai walk up and then Nocturne ulti and then throw a Fog of War Maokai ult. It's really, really difficult to handle, and maybe they can look for a fight. And the second they find a pick, they can start Nash. But it's not gonna happen. Just maintain. It's like a battle for vision consistently.
OMG just take away resources in the meantime, at least from JDG. I mean, this is still like their control. What is it?
That's a really good take from chat. They were waiting for Nash to spawn 20 minutes so that everyone gets the red buff. They've reset it.
Oh,
At
yeah,
20 minutes,
true.
everyone gets it. 25 minutes, sorry. So that's an interesting.
Yeah. Scout going to get bot lane turret. And OMG are trying to fake that they're starting this off, but there's vision in that ward, in that brush rather, that needs to be taken away. And now that it's clear, OMG have done their due diligence. Like that battle of vision has kind of been won out. They have to back, reset, pick up more wards, and maybe just head towards 3 items to Starry. I'm wondering how close he is with that last whisper to getting a 3rd item, because kind of the battle for these 80 carries to hit that point.
2 items across the board, and last whisper completion, almost there. It's quite interesting on that sequence. They actually dropped a tower bot lane for a Wraith Camp. That was their trade. We drop a tower for a Wraith Camp invade on top side whilst we maintain control.
No?
I wouldn't say so, personally.
How much gold are Raptors?
We're not, oh god, math on shit. It's like 120-ish, 108, 120.
It's like Balson's Law.
Yeah,
that's
almost I don't think it's worth it.
It's okay.
Maybe you could argue the tower is like standing up. Here comes the game.
Yeah,
it misses.
Yeah, it does. A little bit early. It looks like as well the Justice Punch took off the calculations, and Heng and Linfeng now have no ulti.
Yeah, I think the Scout had the nice E timing where you actually avoid the shockwave. Because the way he timed the dash was away from Nocturne as it connected.
Yep.
So I actually really liked what Scout did there. But yeah, trying to pick off a side from OMG onto a Galio with Seekers. Yeah, I'm not a big fan, I've got to say. Now they haven't got any tools, and I wonder what JDG can start with this. For sure, they get full priority mid lane, as well as control in the river, but, you know, can they actually start up the Nash? That's the question. They have Jinx TPS.
I mean, they also do, yeah, because of that, they do it really, really fast. OMG still in the area, though, but Blast Cone taken, and they're going to start it off on a ward.
Can they knock off the Celestial opposition? Can they access backline? Both teams want to do the same thing here.
We get TP, we get Baron damage, though, for JDG. So OMG have now brought everyone in, and good damage on the Shun. Linfeng is 3 items strong. Yeah,
going to push them away from this Nash here. Despite not having the Nocturne or a combo, Linfeng is still being a menace with the health bars. Now they have inside track to mid lane. They're going to actually DPS down mid lane turret. Can they hit the... Or do they convert all their pressure down to bot side for soul point?
Or maybe you get mid turret.
Into Nash.
JDG after response, they go to Nash.
Do they have any TPs? Ali does have TP to fly over the top if he wants to, but there's no clear TP flank for him.
Yep. He can TP to the minion wave.
But it's a bit far away, isn't it? And now it'll take a long time to run after TP channel.
Scout has flash. Shield Grand available. 3k though, it's going down. Lights are turned off. Rocket no steal. Baron for OMG. It's a good play, but can they get away with it? A good route on top of that as well. And it looks like they are getting away with it. OMG is a 5-man stack. They're just channeling out.
I was a little bit worried because I thought the Nocturne came down a little bit late to deny information as Galio was there. But that was a sneaky heist. Managed to yoink away the Baron, but not the recalls. Good heads of play. But now Dragon Control should be over to the side of JDG. They do have Nash recalls, and they have Nocturne up top side.
Yep.
Take this trade any day of the week. It looks like, you know, OMG are going to actually opt to take the crosstrap up top side. Without the Nocturne available, I imagine it's still down after using it like that. They're going to opt to go mid into top lane and play for that too.
Heng has taken almost 40% of the team's damage.
Oh my god.
Bro, that's a Nocturne.
Was that a stat on the side?
Yeah, it was 37% damage taken.
I mean, the Hysterics is going to be
I guess he just nukes in. And every time it's just, they attack him.
Why did someone say, hi Joel? Are you Joel?
No, it's a fish. I don't know. I don't know who Joel is. It is the fish.
But I like this from OMG because what they can do is just, they have so many tools to create uptime for the tower. They can throw a Maokai ulti and then hit the tower. Inhib, same, all the same. They're just going to get it for free. They cross-map on the other side, does JDG, with Scout.
But look at what they're losing.
Yeah, it's a brutal trade.
And you can argue as Hery might be caught out, but they're using Cyclone on a Maokai.
He's not caught out.
Nature's Grasp, and there's the ulti this time. The Bazooka Submarine works out well. Solar Flare tried to predict, but it won't need to matter in the end, will it? Hery helped with that, and JDG are now left with 3. Left standing only just, and I think OMG will try and end game 2. Game 3, rather, right here.
Misses his hook to get out as well on the buffer, and it's a nice combo. As well as Hery baiting it forward. You can see JDG frantically trying to engage on one of the flanks. But that was the downfall as Hery's just waiting. Here comes Scout.
It's the last effort, isn't it? Into the back line. Public execution is good. Sets up for the Galio ult as well. 3 versus 5. They've got a Jinx reset. JDG have played this real well as Paze is looking to charge him down. A Justice Punch to still connect. And look, Paze is going to get yet another kill. OMG tried to end the game, but 3 people was all JDG needed.
And it feels like Ale is just a superhero every single time to try and recover the plays. All the team fights that go badly, he tries to come in over the top and find the picks, and it layers up for the Galio, like you highlighted. Jinx finally gets resets. As you see, this is what they're trying to do. They're trying to pick off Hery one side of the Nash seed. And why are we doing that? That is the question. Interesting. It definitely is a choice. I wouldn't make it.
And then he flies, I guess, out of the shockwave.
They can't go on the Maokai. It takes too long. The collapse can always be there. They have to go on the other flank. The problem is then you're engaging on a Xayah. Feels like they've been checkmating the draft, to be honest, with Xayah.
Sure.
It's very, very rough. They have the Jinx range into the Xayah, but they can't make it work because she's so far behind. But here, this is what they needed. Ale comes in over the top. Starry has no ulti, apparently. And managed to find a nice engage. Jinx reset comes into Paze. And that crit was actually really massive.
Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah, it was. As you said, Arla really big in these fights again. Scout the same. Just a supporting cast so that Paze can have access, you know. Yeah. And when Paze is not the target of this Nocturne ult, fights go pretty well. I mean, the remainder of what's there. goes pretty well, I should say.
It's really rough now. JDG, they're on such a timer. They have super minions in top and mid. They've got to find an engage before the minions become a problem because their wave clear is okay. It's pretty decent. They can clear super minions out pretty quickly with the Ambessa, but they're going to bleed, right? They're going to absolutely bleed. All OMG have to do here is play with time with these supers. Every single wave, they can Maokai ulti over the wall and hit the tower, whilst JDG have to clear supers.
It's so intense.
It is.
It's just so... Why is it still happening? Nah, wait.
Wait, I'm waiting.
At 33 minutes, it disappears.
The music?
Yeah.
Wait, are you learning the timestamps for music?
I am. I don't know what it was. It was
you
like...
pull that on the LZ. Pull that out.
33 minutes.
Ooh,
How to
big
come
hook.
music stops. No, that's a bad hook. That's a bad hook. Well, Nocturne ulti's up. Heng has the ball, but he's not going to use it. The paranoia is a zoning tool.
That's game.
I mean,
that's game.
Good hook, said Eragon. And that's a good setup. Wait, no, it's not. That's a great setup. Scout with the shield of Duran, but the shockwave was still left.
Wait a minute.
I'm just looking. I'm looking. Hery and Heng, the only ones left alive, and Pays has access again. Yes, it is still going.
I said that's game, all confidently,
Maybe.
and they find the Dream engage. I mean, I don't know who started it off. I think it was Scout initially. Oh, no, it was the Wukong Cyclone.
It was.
Shun into the backline, gets a 5-man knockup, and that layers perfectly. And you could see the power of their dive right here. So initially, I don't know what Missing's doing. He lands a nice
That's
hook.
a great hook.
So that's a hilly hook.
Maybe if Nature's Grasp wasn't out, Scout goes in, but then he's too far from the thing.
It's just too disconnected. Maybe he was playing with Galio. Regardless, though, the Cyclone comes in, and it's a massive 3-man onto the backline carries. Starry doesn't ulti the initial knockup,
Yep.
so he takes a bunch of damage collaterally. And then, yeah, it's a massive... But this is the problem. You get Jinx resets, if it's sloppy even slightly, Pays isn't clean up.
Yeah. Starry also heads into melee range because he wants to get Pays, probably wants to get Arla as well with the root. But yeah, a triple kill for Scout somehow.
I mean, this game funneled so much gold. They have so much XP coming into the
They're only 3k gold down.
Yeah.
And it's not like Dragon Soul's a thing right now. Like, Cloud Dragon number 3, which would be even for JDG if they can pick it up.
The only thing that's good now for OMG is the fact that Nash is spawning, and they can start up with the pressure in top and mid. But the waves are being pushed, and they've run out of supers.
Music's back, by the way.
Oh yeah? What time was that, 35?
No, it's just there again. But then it disappears randomly.
You're going to learn how long it sounds like.
I just need to know why. All right, Baron should be gone. I mean, Shun, with the steal of his life right now, he has Flash, he has ulti, he gets caught up, Solar Flare used, they zone him out, but Baron's down. But look at the TP angle, look at Scout, 2-man shield of Duran, and JDG are going to give resets over. Hery forces the flash out of Pace, who gets over the wall, but he's just by himself. Shockwave though, but a GA Jinx won't matter. Not that it cares, because she didn't die. Starry gets out on the back line as OMG have made this very messy, but Pays needs to get into range, and all will be done. OMG's carries down to the wayside as Hery is the front line, getting shocked and awed. He's running back to his own base, but for JDG, they take Barons out to the kin of about 1 or 2.
OMG managed to get out with their lives. 3 at the very least on the side of OMG get out, but I love what Pays did there. Pays was consistently kiting so many members of OMG using the Cloud Soul Ring as well as his flash over walls. He had a really hard job and he managed to pull it off to get the resets and run down the rest of the team fight. On the other side, you had dive everywhere. The fight was incredibly messy, but my eyes were on Pays in this replay. You'll be able to see just how well he kited.
I mean, all I'm watching in these fights is Pays. If they get a kill and Pays just gets a pop off 4-item Jinx, hell yeah. Starry can be the same, but needs a big root.
Yeah.
So 80 carries seem very important. Linfeng as well in the last fight, like almost full item. Orianna does it, gets onto Pays, and his GA must have been popped in the last fight. So OMG with a massive pick, and there you go. If Pays is dead, can't OMG just run and end this game finally?
They have no DPS, Nash, but they do have wave clear. They do have wave clear in the form of the Galio at the very least, but it's only the Galio. So, and it's not that much because it's a full tank.
Yeah.
They can just end, I think. The wave clear isn't good enough for
that
Nash.
pick on Pays was so good. It must have been on vision.
Wave is quite far away in the mid lane. If the wave does come and Pays still isn't respawned, it's the next 30 seconds. JDG have to send it.
Well, it's everything up and available. Cyclone, Galio wall, there it is. Arla gets in the backline first, but he's got a shield to buy time. He's got a GA too, but as that comes up, OMG, it looks like they're finally finishing off the job. JDG fought so hard to keep this game alive, but OMG, now with Arla running back to his fountain, are going to move to match point. Not the expectation you had coming in But now you're starting to think, OMG can do it.
OMG can do it. Their mid-games are looking a little bit scrappy. They're looking a little bit tough, but they're managing to pull off these late-game team fights with the leads they build in the early game. And an OMG 2-1 is the opposite of what I thought was going to happen.
Dude, OMG, there are some parts of this game that look really, really good.
Yeah.
Shun has moments, like up and down moments throughout this entire series, but also the setup for JDG for some of those fights were really good.
Yeah.
I mean, they were really good on the defense.
And you can see the individual prowess of like JDG with the team fighting, like Pays. They shut him down.
They did.
They did not allow Pays to play the game for the majority of the game.
Yep.
And he really struggled versus Nocturne Ori as an immobile.
I mean, I think this game, you have to give it to Linfeng or Heng.
I think...
I think Heng. Heng had a great Nocturne game.
Yeah, I think so too.
It's got to be jungle.
It all started with him. His first ultis was fantastic. And that's one of the biggest criteria for having a good Nocturne game.
Yep.
Continuously managed to connect with the ultis.
Linfeng, I understand because of how the pairing was with Heng, but
Yeah.
I also think, I mean, Heng can just press the R button and go in. I mean, Linfeng has to time it. However,
I think JDG, they left Pace so badly. In
They
so many other
really did.
fights. They said, we're going to dive forward and you deal with everything yourself.
that dude got sold out like eBay to
Yeah.
PayPal, you know? How relevant. Yeah, how relevant.
Well, there you go.
It's good, no?
Would you like a coffee, Hysterics?
Oh, I will need for
I
this
make a
next
mean
game.
coffee.
I feel after last night, like, because you know you were invited, but you know we went to an Irish pub with Dagda.
Yeah.
With Dagda and
Is it nice?
GB, and yeah, we had a good time. We had a very good time.
I'm jealous.
I needed yesterday, like I needed that day, you know. I definitely needed that day because all I think about now is League of Legends, LEC, League of
League is on
Legends,
your
League of
brain.
Legends, like
24/7.
all the time, yeah. And it doesn't make me any better at the
Do you
game.
dream about League? I dream about League. I dreamed about playing Camille last night.
Yeah.
I'm going so schizo, by the way. I dreamed about playing Camille. I woke up in the night. I was like, huh?
That's so bad.
Bro, my tower dive, where is it? That's not good.
Yeah, that's so messed up. Bro, I used to, when I was like, when you were teaching me Renekton, I was really
Yeah.
getting into it. I used to think about like auto weaving in dreams. Like
Yeah.
I'd have to be like, I gotta auto weave, like auto Q, auto W,
Yeah.
auto E, only E when they chase away, and like I'd be like, damn, that was a bad trade, you know, or like my Volibear
Yeah.
and how I could maximize. Yeah, you think about that all the time. But I think the one role that you think about like all the time is like in your dreams was when I was playing support, because timers for wards, the lane itself, what the team's doing, and like when you play pre-made custom fives, I mean, I just think support is one
wild?
of the easiest role to shot.
I OTP a champ, obviously.
Yep.
But I never dream about playing that champ. I always dream about stuff other than that, like playing a different champion, like Riven Camille, or casting. Have you dreamt about casting?
Yeah, I have. Yeah.
Yeah, I've dreamt about casting, and like I remember one of the items wasn't a League item. I was like, what is this? And I was freaking out on cast because it was like an item from Fortnite, one of the guns.
Oh yeah.
So one of the guns from Fortnite was in an item slot, and I
my
didn't know what I was
God.
looking at.
Holy. Well, sorry, that LPL transition. I guess I just haven't looked at
Yeah.
it before. Yeah, for everyone at home, OMG are on match
Oh,
point.
Starry's damage.
How the hell are OMG
Yo,
on match point?
highlight Starry. To be fair, him.
He did have a good
kept,
time.
Like, do you remember that kill up top side on the scout? And generally,
Oh,
how well he played?
yeah.
So
that,
good.
That was good.
Damn.
Scout 35% damage with a bruise.
Galio. Oh my god.
How did Pays not do more? I guess
mean-
Pays, as we said, wasn't in the game. He couldn't
Yeah.
be in the game. Some of the last fights he was, but yeah, it just wasn't. So chat, while you watch it, enjoy these highlights. We're going to throw to a short break. Thank you for being with us. If you haven't already followed already, make sure you do, because we are doing a giveaway. We'll announce it and tell you more about it after this. I mean, we've already announced it, but we'll give you more information.
Yep.
We appreciate you guys being with us. We know there's a lot of competition, but we hope we'll give you a unique experience for LPL and you guys enjoy the cast. We'll be back with you in about 5 minutes while you enjoy the highlights. See you for match point, surprisingly. OMG!